Hi Sages, and welcome to your February 2022 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your beautiful month ahead of February. It's feeling really good, though it also feels as if you've got to get a few things in order this month. Anyway, before I get too far into it, for those of you who are new, I do a series of intuitive messages for the month ahead, followed by a week-to-week tarot forecast and an extended reading on Patreon, which will be linked below. So, Sages, I also have a lot of Sagittarius in my chart, and I'm feeling that we are at a boiling point, that we are at a turning point, all kinds of points coming in. Point is the key word. So you're maybe pointing at something, you're like, that's the dream, that's the goal. Your ruling planet is coming up towards Neptune, still quite far away, but it's making its way there, moving really fast through Pisces. And Sagittarius and Pisces energy are very complementary. They are a square, but because they both share the natal ruler of Jupiter, they are kind of like a brother and sister energy. So you have something of a sibling component to you during this time. You might be balancing two very distinct sides of yourself. You might be having issues with your siblings or having things with your own siblings that come up. Or if you're a parent and you have many children, you might be seeing things come up in their siblingship at this time, where they have to maybe redo their relationships or start to work together more. There's a need to have teams, okay, during this time for you. The lone Sagittarius doesn't make sense anymore. So you're now, more so than being in a super independent place where you're like doing everything yourself and proving to yourself that you can, follow your dreams and manifest it all alone. It's less about that grinding hard work, and now it's more about managing relationships and alliances for you. So if you're still in a headspace, it's like, okay, I've got to, be self-employed, and I've got to work alone, and I've got to live alone, and I've got to travel alone, and be a sort of lone Sag nomad. That's not wrong, but there's got to be a lot of people involved now. It feels like now you've got to have like a team behind you, or you've got to have maybe an astrologer, you've got to have a lawyer or some type of real structure helping you along. So we're not really in a period of time right now where being one's own doctor, lawyer, accountant, employer, health coach, personal trainer feels good. It all kind of jumbles together, and it seems that it's so much liability now. So anything you can do to get some of the liability off of your own chest will be really good this month. I'm feeling intuitively that you are at a crossroads. I'm feeling that you're also dealing with a previous imbalance, justice reversed coming up for you. It came up for a lot of signs this month. You might be coming from a previous imbalance where you need to rethink your decision making, or you need to rethink judgments that you came to before. And now we basically just have to really get stuff right here and now. Six of Swords is coming up for you. It's coming up for most signs. We are in the Chinese Lunar New Year at the first of the month, moving into the Tiger year from the Ox year. So that's a transition for everybody. Also, we're moving towards the Western Astrological New Year on March 21st. We have a new nodal axis, we have a new Jupiter, we have, what else? We have just a lot of brand new territory, and we're not even going to know it until like June, like how much things really changed right here in February. So thinking about your timeline from now until June, you've got like a lot of meat to get through. What do I mean by that? Like the most important part of a degree might be coming up for Sagittarius here. The most important part of a career trajectory might be coming up here. One of the most important relationships you've ever had in your life might be coming in between now and June, professionally, romantically, what have you. Something is very important about this timeline. Okay, so I want you guys not to be sleeping it away, not to be snoozing. We've all had our chance to sleep, right? 2020, lockdowns, being at home, having to work less hours. We've had that time. And I feel now that even if we're still at home, or even if we're still having restrictions, we have to really be working for what we want now. Okay. Final intuitive message for you, Sag. I feel like I'm talking very fast because your energy is like zooming here. Okay. So I'm trying to keep up with it. There should be something new. Okay, there Knight of Wands, Three of Wands, Eight of Wands, benevolence from the new, abundance from the new. The Devil, the Lovers, and Justice Reversed is your major arcana cards. Anything that feels shady, shadowy, not right for you, we need to start distancing from now. Okay, we have all planets direct also starting in February, no retrogrades. I mean, can you guys, just by like what I'm talking about here, new Jupiter sign, all planets direct, new nodes, Chinese Lunar New Year, Western Astrological New Year coming up in March. Can you see those like 5 or 6 different turning points, catalyst points coming up here? I don't feel that Sag can any longer afford to be in that Jupiter and Capricorn 2020 vibe. That super frugal, super scrutinizing, super fearful, austerity-focused poverty mindset. You are the most abundant sign of the zodiac. You are the luckiest sign of the zodiac. You are the flame, fire. You're the lawyer. You're the researcher. You're the academic. You're the traveler, the globetrotter. You're the archaeologist. You're the, you're the pilot. You're the entrepreneur. Sag, wake up. Try to get out of this fear-based place that you can't, be anything other than like a janitor. You can't like move out of this awful, weird self-employment cycle, or you can't like get out of this awful 9-to-5 place that you just have to work there until you retire. Wake up, Sag. You got some major manifesting to do here. Let's talk about your week to week. Week 1, the devil rooted down by 8 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so something about what you've been doing for a long time now, repetitiously, has a certain shackle about it, okay? We might have over-leveraged our income here. We might have lived above our means and have, debts to pay now, and so we can't leave that job. And you got to kind of break these shackles here. Maybe you got to work even harder. Maybe you got to generate even more just so you can finally get some freedom. The devil has been coming up for a lot of people this month, so I feel that there is a negative relationship with certain things which used to be sparkly, used to be shiny, used to be like the best thing we could ever have, are now kind of shadowy in a way. And we're beckoned to try some new stuff here. Week number 2. It's so fast, Sag, as the energy for you is like moving a million miles an hour, which is kind of jolting, because it's like it was going so slow for like 2020 and 2021, and all of a sudden here in February with all planets direct, I'm feeling like it's suddenly like a roller coaster. Okay, 3 of Wands rooted down by the Lovers. Pivotal crossroads that really have significance, that are good, that really, it's a win-win situation, but I do feel you have to choose one way or the other. You might have more of an optimistic approach to take, all right? And you might want to get a bit more clear on what you're focusing your attention on that has its back turned to you. Okay, 3 of Wands to me can sometimes mean that we're looking at a back turn to us. So essentially trying to cultivate in a soil that has no fertility to it. So infertile grounds you want to get out of in the second week of February. The path is totally open for you. And you want to be in the first person with 3 of Wands, looking at those new horizons, looking at those new fields and new places, territories, professions that you want to be in. Week 3, 8 of Wands rooted down by Knight of Wands. So fiery. Wow, what a great time to be exercising, to be traveling, to be taking on a new lifestyle, to be being a lucky Sagittarius instead of like a kind of non-compromising Capricorn or something. Lucky Sagittarius in the 3rd week of February. Abundance, windfall, positive trajectory. Knight of Wands, desire evolving, desire moving quickly. Money raining in from every direction. Good appeal, good reputation. It's beautiful stuff there for you. Week 4, you've got the Justice reversed, rooted down by the 6 of Swords. So you're just kind of moving out of that unknown terrain, out of that place that you might have entered or plan that you might have tried to enact that was not a just use of your energy or not really a viable, balanced seed for your life. So decisions that we made in a desperate place instead of an empowered place come up to be resolved in the 4th week of February. You might want to, get a second set of eyes on things. Not necessarily then, but you might make appointments. You might sort of get things in order to make sure that everything in your life is like on a nice running trajectory. That could be good during that time. And I'm mainly feeling for most Sagittarians by the end of February, it's like, yeah, I can't not pursue that. I can't stay in this imbalanced place that I've been in. I'm getting out of here. There's something of a, I'm getting out of here. I'm not doing this. I'm not staying in, I'm not forcing myself to like be in that weird, untenable place. So there's a movement, there's a mobilization for you, there's some type of transportation happening at the end of the month, or some type of vehicle to a new type of paradigm or dimension there for you. And it feels like the Devil and Justice reversed. I might want you guys to focus on those two archetypes as what to get away from, or what not to be sowing seeds into anymore, okay? Because we're wanting Sagittarius to be reaping this like 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands vibe, not this Justice reversed Devil vibe, okay? So it's good food for thought. Let's talk more about that in your extended reading on Patreon, Sag. I will get a central theme, 2 supporting themes, and a significator to understand and clarify more how you can move through this kind of confusing time and, again, seek more of this fiery Wands vibe. That'll be linked below, and it's in the center of your screen now. Have a great month, Sages. Bye.